Good morning, friends, and hopefully some fellow carnivores. I'm on day 68 now of the carnivore diet, so I'm pretty excited about that. I thought I'd do a little video update, just kind of hanging out in my chair downstairs and just kind of let people know what's going on in case you're interested. It's definitely been an up and down experience, had definitely some highs and lows, which I'll kind of get to. But first, I'm celebrating one achievement, and that is that I'm no longer in the class 2 obese category on the BMI scale. I am now class 1. So that's a little bit of an achievement as I've lost that weight. I don't put a lot of stock in the BMI index that a lot of doctors or insurance companies do, but it is a barometer of sort of where we're at. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I'm only 25 pounds away, or actually less than that, to being in the overweight category. So I've got my sights set on that. So like I said, there's been some ups and downs. I just wanted to sort of give you an update. I'm usually like updating people on the Facebook page or on the daily meat section of my website with journal entries. So this was a little sort of fun thing to do on the side. So that's the first thing I'm really happy about. The other positives that have been going on, I've just got so much more energy, so much more mental clarity. You almost don't know what brain fog is until you have it and you lose it. I'm still never hungry anymore. Obviously, I've lost some weight. Sort of some strange things is I have no gas. I literally have no flatulence. I'm sure my wife is pretty happy about that. So those are all really good things. I'm also drinking less alcohol because a little bit just affects me much more now that I'm not sort of weighing down my system with processed carbohydrates and things like that. So these are all real good positives. But there were some negatives and some things that I'm trying to work through. The first thing is I've got eczema. Some people might know this from some of my posts in the past, but I've got a patch of eczema on the left side of my head and also a tiny bit inside my ear that's been there for 4 or 5 years. Yes, I have gone to the doctor, talked to them about it. We tried a few topicals and some other things, but I haven't gotten rid of it. I was really hoping after about 2 months on a carnivore diet, even though I'm not super strict, that it would still show some improvement. To this point, it has not. I would show it to you, but it's sort of under the actual hair that I do still have remaining. It's under there, so you wouldn't be able to see it. But I'm hoping at some point to do carnivore more strict for about a full 30 days, really dialing it back to like a true elimination diet so I can see if that makes a big effect. A lot of people have had substantial positive effects going strict, so I'll probably be doing that. The second thing, and like the hardest thing I've gone through, was over the last 2 weeks, and a lot of people read about this and reached out to me, which was really nice. People who cared, and it was really nice to hear from those people. I call it the cough drop fiasco. I was sick a few weeks ago. I had this nagging cough that I just could not get rid of. So I decided to take some cough drops, the sugar-free kind, and I knew that it was a risk. I was risking sort of cravings and things like that, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Day 1, totally fine, no problems. By day 2, I was kind of feeling a little bit weird, and then by day 3, I got slammed with cravings, big time, for every type of processed food you could imagine. It was like that, having those drops with that fake sugar and that aspartame, it like woke up that part of my brain where you just crave sugar, you crave processed carbohydrates and all that kind of stuff. And it got those voices going like, why can't I eat pizza like everybody else? Why can't I have a 6-pack of beer and watch a football game and eat a bunch of pizza and wings and everything else and then just go back to normal the next day? And unfortunately, the reason is because I'm a processed food addict and I've been coming to grips with that. It's taken me about a year to sort of get to this point where I realized that moderation is not an option for me. So it's been a couple of tough weeks kind of getting through that. And it literally took me 2 weeks to feel better. So now, all of a sudden, the last few days, tons of energy and mental clarity, feeling really good, which is another reason why I wanted to do this video. I thought it would be a lot of fun. And I've also had people reach out to me and ask me some questions. I bumped into some people that have asked me some questions, so I thought it'd be fun to just pose some of those questions now and answer them for you. So I wrote them down here. The first one is, are you sure you're getting enough vitamins without eating vegetables, and are you supplementing? So I'll answer this question pretty quickly. A few years ago, I had no idea about any of this stuff, right? But meat has all the vitamins you need, all the minerals you need, especially when you add in eggs and full-fat dairy. You get everything that your body needs. However, I do supplement with a couple things like magnesium, because even if I was eating vegetables and everything else, there's just not enough magnesium in the soil these days. So even if you're eating beef and all that kind of stuff, there's just not enough magnesium in there anymore, and also in the drinking water. So I'm supplementing with that. Also supplementing with a little iodine. The main reason there is because I don't use regular table salt. There's too many fillers, so I've gone to just straight like Redmond sea salt, which doesn't have any in there. So just add in a little bit of that, and it's helped amazingly with my energy levels. I feel like I've just completely leveled out. Take some electrolytes here and there, obviously some salt and potassium, things like that, but that's about it. Meat is the most bioavailable food on the planet, and it has everything that you need, and it has so much more than eating other types of foods, vegetables, grains, especially, things like that. So that was the first question. The second question I got was a really nice one, and it sort of prompted me to do some serious thinking, and replying back to that person, it helped me sort of formulate some thoughts. So I really appreciate this person reaching out to me. The carnivore diet you're doing seems so restrictive, and I'm concerned you could be setting yourself up for failure. And where do you see yourself after 365 days? Like, what then? So I love this question. It's a great one. Is the carnivore diet restrictive? Absolutely. But to me, all it's restricting is processed carbohydrates. If I could eat a piece of pizza and be fine, that would be great. Or if I could have a cookie and turn the page, that would be great. But it doesn't work that way anymore. Processed food addiction for me has taken 45 years. It's been a process. It wasn't always like that. There was always a take it or leave it phase where you could just get rid of processed foods for a while. It didn't affect me that much, or I could have some and then take days off and that type of thing. It's just like an alcoholic who has that first drink. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're an alcoholic right then, right? It takes years and years and years to sort of dig those pathways through the brain. It's all the dopamine reward systems. So for me, it's taken about 45 years, probably was for the last 10 or 15 years, officially like an addict, but it just took me with this last year to sort of figure this out. So now that I know that, I feel like I'm in a much better place. So I guess the next question that he asked me was, well, where do I see myself after this full year? Where's it going to go from here? So I'm not sure. Right now, my plan is carnivore-ish after a year. Carnivore, maybe have a little vegetables here or there if it spices up my life at all or makes me feel good. Right now, if you're interested, I'm eating pretty much any type of meat, full-fat dairy, lots of butter. I mean, I love butter. And eggs, lots of eggs too. So that's pretty much my diet. I'm not restricting spices or anything. A lot of people do that. I'm not doing anything like that. So where do I see myself after a year? I'll tell you, the main thing I'm hoping for is to get over this processed food addiction and put it in the rearview mirror. This has been way too long that this has been going on. If anyone's ever suffered from any kind of an addiction, the only way I can explain it is like being a slave to something. And if there's anything more disempowering than that, I can't think of it. So after this year, I want to hopefully be able to put that in my rearview mirror. So many people that do the carnivore diet really talk about how after like 2, 3, 4 months, their cravings went away and they literally found freedom. So this is my quest. This is what I'm into. This is why I'm doing this. I'm going to do everything I can to stick to this diet, lose the weight for good. I really appreciate everyone that's helping me out, sending me support, sending me messages, commenting on posts that I post and things like that. It's really awesome. Thank you for subscribing to the website. Liking and subscribing on YouTube is fantastic. I'm going to start that and kind of start sending out more videos. This is sort of an informal, unscripted kind of video, something fun to do, but so a sincere thank you to everyone for being a part of this journey with me. It's been awesome so far. I've had a really good time, and it's been fun. For the first time in my life, I'm actually losing weight, and I'm reframing things. I've been stuck at the same weight for 2 straight weeks, but I'm reframing it and saying I'm over 60 pounds down from my highest weight, and I'm 40 pounds down from where I was this winter, and I'm at the lowest weight that I've been at in about the last 12 or 13 years. So, and you know what? I'm not gaining any weight either. I'm pretty stable for the last 2 weeks, so that's a reason to be really happy. So thanks a lot for checking in with me. Please send me a note. If you have any questions you want me to answer, I'm happy to do that. All right. Thanks so much. And if you're a carnivore, keep doing it. And if you're not, hey, feel free to ask me any questions about it. I've loved everything I've been doing on Carnivore. So keep going, everybody. Let's do this. We got it.